Morning, folks. I have an email from Miss YK. She has an urgent opportunity for me that would be of great benefit. I should please get back ASAP. Thanks, Miss Caudulina. Well, you know, I don't think I'm ready for a great benefit, so. Sorry, Miss YK. You know, the time's gotta be right. The time is not right. How's everybody? Have a good week? You're over there on the eastern half of the country, the nation, the continent. Hope you're doing well. You guys are getting just the shit weather. The old storms and all that. So I hope everybody's good. Meanwhile, over here, it finally became winter. And it will be winter for about 2 weeks, and then it's going to be back up into the 40s and 50s again. I don't love that, ladies and gentlemen. I don't love it. It's great for now, but there will come a time where it's going to come back and bite us in the hinder. Let's put away Dear Esther. Close down amp. I wonder if I can set up a button on the Stream Deck thing to close that automatically. I've been playing with that a little bit. I've been playing with stuff a little bit. Like, I bought a new keyboard for myself as a Christmas gift because no one else wanted to. It was a little expensive. I understand. But it's an 8-bit do retro keyboard, and it has the NES theme on it. And it came with this little thing. And it's just 2 big-ass buttons. Yeah, they're about as wide as a soda can. And there's just 2 of them. And it's on their own little thing. And like, I'm never going to use those. What am I going to use those for? That's dumb. And then I thought, you know, maybe I can program those. And maybe I can make a cough button out of one of them. So I have a cough button now. Just will I remember to use it is the situation we're going to slowly find ourselves in. Will I remember? And it's real nice and handy. And then I can just come back as soon as I unclick. Looks like in my it's that. Because it's shift something something. That's okay. That's just fine. Ah, excuse me. The hell were we? Oh, we were doing dirt stuff. That's right. Dirt stuff. Stuff with dirt. We were kind of... Should probably get the axe. We were considering what to do with this mess. What a mess it is. That's right. I remember. What do we got to talk about this week? Is there anything on deck? Thought I had another axe handy. I do not have another axe handy. I can use this golden one. Because that's what you want. You want extra attack damage on your axe. We just about finished Void Pyramid last week. Just about. So we're going to finish it tomorrow. And then we will have a little downtime. There's a zombie under there. And then we'll get to Typing of the Dead. Don't know how long we'll be with Typing of the Dead, but it'll take as long as it takes, you know? I really want to dig a basement and start putting all this stuff down there. And I know that's everybody's favorite part. I know it. You don't have to pretend. But maybe I'll wait a little bit to do that. Okay. Dirt. So that's going on with that. Obviously, we're still doing Dragon Quest XI. I've mentioned several times. We're going to be with that for a while yet. I have started and finished almost all the stuff for the year over on Patreon. I've got 8 months done. Yeah, 8 months done. And I just started on recording Mist yesterday. So that's a thing. Got a couple ideas for some other stuff we can do. I've started the Let's Listen series back up. It's over on Patreon right now. Well, a couple. There's going to be one every 2 weeks, which means I should probably record a couple of those today. That's available to anybody over there. I think what I'll do is because I can't upload them to YouTube because of the music. Because last thing I want is some rep over at BMI to get their knickers in a twist and shut the channel down. I dealt with that once already from Square, which is why we had to start over. Let's do a little more. Just a little. So right now those are behind either tier, the 3 or the 5. Which seems to make less sense that I can do that than just putting them up on YouTube, you know? But they will probably go free. When I was working on it, I didn't have time to really dig into the inner workings of how has to happen on Patreon, so I didn't. Had a week off from work and I just spent like no time on that at all. But I got some more time off coming up, so I'll the bad guys are out. I was really hoping we were going to be just about done. Okay, we're good. Our water's invisible again. Oh, I forgot. I never did look into getting the texture pack back, the resource pack. To do that today sometime. My chores for the weekend are done. I just want to play more Mist and Bat and Kaitos. Currently recording Mist for the Patreon stuff, and currently recording Bat and Kaitos Origins for the Let's Play stuff, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's happening. Let's not do that over there. Uh-oh, my sword broke. Is that helpful? I can work with that. Hey, daytime. You're not supposed to do that. Jerk. I wasn't worried about you, Spider. Unlike what I was told by They Might Be Giants, Spider, you are not my hero. Absolutely not. Okay. Sheep. Please. Please don't phase inside of me. Not without asking first. Consent is very important, sheep. That's a lesson I think you would be good to learn. Boink. All right. Now let's take off this way. I need to work again. Well, again is not the correct word. I need to start working on getting the streaming thing set up on Discord so we can do movies, etc. Because there is stuff I would like to watch. And I would like to watch it with you guys. Thunderbolts and lightning. Very, very frightening. Jesus Christ. That almost hit us. I posted on YouTube the other day that I'd kind of been getting back into StarCraft. In fact, I went and bought the remastered version. And it came with a cartoonized version, which looks interesting. But anyway, so watching some StarCraft videos and just the ridiculous stuff people who are immensely better at the game than I am were able to pull off. And it dawned on me, like, there's an awful lot of Babylon 5 in StarCraft. I should watch that again. And then I thought, well, that could be something that we could watch in like the joint stream Discord thingy. Here. This is okay. Blow this up all you want. Ooh. That's an odd thing to just find right there. That's a start. I'm most upset that now we need to replace some dirt. That upsets me the most. That's okay. So for a second I thought, why isn't that growing? Is it too close to the house? And then, no. Because I think we just harvested it at the end of last stream. I'm just going to come inside. Eat my crunchy baked potato. Who's in there? What am I doing? What am I doing? Who's in there? Let's make a couple shovels. We're going to need a couple shovels. We're going to need a couple pickaxes. One iron and one stone. I want to use up all my iron. For all the coal we've been able to find, iron does seem to be a little bit more of a premium. Alright, let's go to sleep. While Minecraft guy sleeps, I will drink some coffee. And thus, everything is right with the world. It's the exact opposite of that Ed Beatty speech in Network. The exact opposite. We don't have a hat. Let's get a hat. We have a hat. We beat up a guy and stole his hat. Look at us go. Some weird kind of guy. No sheep allowed in my house, I'm sorry. This is a upper class establishment. You can tell by all the exposed ductwork. Alright. Oh, I was mentioning earlier, I've been fiddling with the Stream Deck thing a little bit. I don't have, it's not an official, like, Elgato Stream Deck, because why spend that kind of money? It probably performs better than what I got, but the one I got works fine. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember now. I don't think we really did a whole heck of a lot in here. Well, I mean, we, like, went around, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? I think I want to go somewhere else. Let's go somewhere else. So this little thing I got is made by a company called Ulanzi. And it's basically the same thing. Like I said, I just don't think it's got quite the processing power, but I don't remember what I was looking for. I was looking for a sound clip to put in a video. And I came across this ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous website. You know, dark web kind of stuff, probably. I probably have all the viruses. Computer over. Virus equals very yes. Anyway, I went through this list. I spent like 30 minutes, 45 minutes just playing and like, oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. Oh, that one's good. So I got a bunch, and they live in the thing now. And when I say they live on the thing, they're in the device. And they're very memey. You know, the lady from the Drew Carey show. Very that. Is that her name? I never watched it. And some of them I think will be very situational. Some of them will probably never ever hear. But, you know, there's a couple I put on there just for me. Because you gotta have fun on your own, like this one.
Emotional damage.
I like that. That just puts a smile on my face. And that's because I'm a terrible person. So we have Troll 2, oh my god, on there. Got a couple reserved in case of good things and in case of bad things. I just have to remember to use them. That's the problem, ladies and gentlemen. The problem I have with the Stream Deck. It's the problem I have with my cough button. I just forget that they exist. Because I've been doing this for so long without any of that stuff. That I do. I just forget it exists. And I think it's at times harder to start a new habit than it is to break an old one. But that's just me. I'm no, you know, I'd be a terrible influencer. Number one, because I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb. But number two, because my influence would be like, hey, you know, you feeling up to it? No? All right, well, don't do it. Like, very few things that I'd be like, no, you have to do it and you have to do it now. So your house is on fire. You should probably deal with that. There's a shovel sticking out of your thigh. You should probably deal with that. I need to get better at using some hardware on my computer. What do you, I mean, is it imperative? Will you get fired if you don't? No? Well, then don't stress about it. You get to it when you get to it. Baby steps. You know, like that Bob fella. Like that Bob fella. What about Bob, I hear you ask? Well, that's the $64,000 question. We got to be in like Pennsylvania or some shit. All this cold. We're back east somewhere. West Virginia. Almost heaven, I hear. Why is there grass down here? I'm going to clean this up a little bit because that's going to be a pain to walk through. Jesus Christ. So much coal. I think I made this joke before, but we really could be outsourcing this to Santa Claus, right? Speaking of Santa Claus, I know it's a little out of season, but are you guys familiar with the Mexican-made movie, which is just called Santa Claus, in which Santa Claus has to fight with a devil, not the devil. He works for the devil, to save the souls of little kids at Christmas time. And he does so from his magic acid dream palace that is not at the North Pole, but kind of in space a little bit. And he's got like a talking computer with a moving mouth, and Yeah. It's it's weird as hell, ladies and gentlemen, but it is pretty good. I enjoy the hell out of it just because it is so weird. I do like weird movies sometimes. And sometimes I think the weird, you know, the weird can be weird for the sake of weird. But then, I don't know. I feel like some people try and be weird and it falls apart. You can't try to be weird unless you're doing it in a, you know, joking kind of way. And then there's people who just go straight directly to like shock value. I can't remember this guy's name. I watched a movie a few weeks ago called Carcinoma. I think it was called Carcinoma. That was a weird movie. Guy discovers he's got like a abdominal cancer or something, and instead of doing something about it, it gets really weird. Like, number one, the movie's very graphic. Lots of blood. Lots of feces. Weird sex dungeon stuff. Snake eating mice. What's this? Calcite. Okay. And I guess this individual's made a lot of movies. Half a dozen or so, maybe. I can't remember the director's name. But they're all kind of like that. You know, I think it's just shocking to be the sake of shock. It's a strange movie. Normally I'll watch a strange movie and think, I should watch that again. This one I watched, I'm like, I don't think I need to watch that again. And it's not, you know, like, the content doesn't bother me. I don't care about that. I watched Tokyo Gore Police and thought, oh, this is pretty good. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's pretty good. The alligator-legged lady, you know, it was weird stuff. But this carcinoma one, I don't know. I guess I didn't get the point. You know, is it a commentary on people and the desire and whatever, or is it death, or, you know, or is it just, I wanted to make a movie where a guy had a lot of really horrible diarrhea. And it's a German movie, so, you know, it could be either or. You need to be careful, there's some gravel right there. And right there. There you go. Well, this was not as productive as I thought it would be. Bling blong phone, hello. Uh-oh. We got a zombie. Where's the house? Should be that way, I think. Just coal everywhere around here. Oh, there's some emerald. We'll grab that. So, oh dear. He just rocket jumped. Nearly died, but we did it. The hell is that? It's wool and food. It looked like a chicken. It's like a floating block of chicken. I don't think home is this way. I think home is the other way. These aren't the right trees. Jump, Minecraft, man. Oh, movies. Speaking of movies. I saw a trailer for a new He-Man movie. I'm sure by now most of you have also. And it looks pretty terrible to me, ladies and gentlemen. It kind of, I don't know. I think I saw part of one of those Percy Jackson movies once upon a time. And I thought, wow, this is really bad. The hell is this? And that's the vibes I get from this He-Man trailer. There's home. Ow. My ankles. It just doesn't look very good to me. Doesn't look very good at all. So, that's probably not one we'd watch. The previous Masters of the Universe movie, one that was made in the late 80s, I think, early 90s. That one is weird. And that's one of those that's, you know, is just weird, but it was enjoyable. I don't know how this new one's going to be. Plus, I learned like a day after I saw the trailer that Jared Leto is Skeletor. And I don't quite understand that because he's terrible. He's just bad. I don't know why you would do such a thing. Anyway, not my decision. I just thought that looks really bad. We're going to go back over the mountain there. Because I want some trees. And I don't want those acai trees like I talked about the other day. So, put that axe. There do we put that axe? It's our armor situation. They're fine. Some more. Almost fell in that hole. It's more dirt again. Still. Not again. Still is the correct phraseology there. So, carcinoma graphic, I think that's the point. I think is made to be shocking, and I don't, you know, I don't see the point in that. And it's not like, what do you call it, horror porn, like Saw style, or stuff like that. It's just graphic for the sake of being graphic, I think. Contrary to that, so like I said, sometimes I'll watch a movie and it's weird and I'll think I need to watch that again. So the opposite side of that spectrum is a movie I watched on Tubi called A Field in England. And it was billed as this like medieval psychological horror and, you know, psychedelic at times and, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I thought, well, that's odd. How are you going to make that work? So I watched it. And it takes place in a field in England. So aptly titled. And I watched it. And, you know, it was weird. It was weird. But it was a weird movie that I watched it and then I thought about it for a day. Like, I need to watch that again. Because that was weird. And then I watched it again. And then I thought, I think I like this. And then I watched it again. Over the course of like a month. So I watched it, I think, 3 or 4 times this month. This month in question. Like, no, this is good. I like this. I like this. This is a good movie. So you start looking for, you know, films similar to this, and then there really aren't any. It's kind of the thing with that movie. There's nothing quite like it anywhere else. But it was good. And that led me to find other kind of weird movies. Dark movies. Weird horror movies. But also strange comedies. I watched one. I'd seen it before on my list. I hadn't seen the movie before. But I kept seeing it pop up. And it's called Motivational Growth. And it's about a guy, kind of a shut-in. And I think it was, you know, kind of a COVID time film. Guy's kind of shut in. He doesn't leave his apartment. And it's a disaster. And his only friend is his TV, which had a name, and I can't remember the name of the TV. And his apartment is just a disaster. It is absolutely a wreck because the guy is, you know, just living the slovenly life. Depressed, and, you know, just, I don't know, kind of that thing. You know, whatever happens, happens. So what if I die? Kind of a situation. He gets all invested and he's going to go do something. And you think, oh, he's going to clean. He's getting some cleaning supplies. It's going to be nice. But no, he starts talking about how to make mustard gas. And he goes in his bathroom and prepares to make said mustard gas in his bathtub. Which, you know, for something that is so horrible, it is very easy to make mustard gas, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't do it. If you did it, I've told you not to. Don't come after me. Don't at me. Oh yeah, trees. We needed trees. What the hell am I doing? I like this music. I don't know that I've heard this one before. Anyway, he learns that he's got somebody living in his bathroom, and that living in his bathroom is a sentient mold called the Mold, who is voiced by the fantastic Jeffrey Combs, who is in like every Star Trek ever and some pretty good horror movies. Kind of like the B movies. He's in Reanimator, I think, and stuff like that. So not exactly like high class projects, but he's just great. He's just great. And the Mold is great. And that was a weird movie, right? That was a weird movie that was fun weird without, I don't know. It didn't force the weirdness. It just kind of, I like a movie that's weird that doesn't try to highlight the weird. You know what I mean? I like a movie that's weird but doesn't go, isn't this weird? Wah! I like it to be weird, but I like it to be presented as a kind of a form of normalcy. Brazil is a good example of that. Brazil is kind of a weird movie. But Brazil is not presented as a weird movie. Brazil is just presented as this is the world we live in. Things like that, I think, are fine. Getting nearly as many saplings as I wanted to. But go with what we got, I guess. So, if you're kind of interested in that kind of stuff, odd movies, weird movies, Field in England, very good. Funny moments, but not exactly a funny movie. Motivational growth, weird movie, funny, intentionally funny, with some very surreal moments. All on Tubi. So totally free to watch. I appreciate the Tubi model so much, I would pay for that one. Like they have Mubi and Tubi, sister services. But I was gonna go with Mubi, but the way Mubi worked is different. Mubi has better movies, but they don't always have them. It's like they rent them or something. And then you only get them for as long as Mubi's got them. You can put them on your watch list, but until Mubi has them, you can't watch them. Well, I don't want to pay for that because I'm paying for Mubi to remember that I want to watch a movie. So I got rid of Mubi and just went to Tubi. Start kind of filling that in a little bit. Over here, they dead zombie parts. That's dead zombie parts. That's dead zombie parts. There's something with the dead zombie parts. What is that? Oh, cobblestone. Don't care. I don't care. Harvest our pumpkins here before too long. Okay. We have some iron. Which is good. We needed that. And it's good we had coal too, because we really needed some of that, in fact. Because it had more trees in here than I thought. That's okay. We have 55 blocks of coal. 55 blocks. That's ridiculous. Oh, good stretch. All right, we still need more dirt though. Still need more dirt. I don't want to start this project so we're more set up for this project. So where should we go get some more dirt from? That's a good question, Mega Man. It's just everywhere. Coal there, coal there. There's coal. Nah, it's copper. There's coal there. There's coal there. It's just everywhere. All over the goddamn place. More coal right there. There's more iron. Why is iron so high? Is that a change? Didn't used to be. You guys changing the game on me? Microsoft. Are you using Minecraft to track my computering? I don't know if anybody watching this really cares and follows along with this stuff, but Microsoft has gone full Google and, just because, Google used to be like, don't be evil. And then, they ended up being like the most evil of the evil. Microsoft has really started going that way. And it started with Windows 11 really hardcore. Was always a little bit, but not as bad as what it's getting to be now. And I think two things really have led to kind of the demise as Windows as a reliable operating system. And they tie in together with the creation of Windows 11 a bit. Just a little bit, though. Right now, the thing that brings in the most income for Microsoft is cloud products, cloud hosting, all that kind of stuff. Microsoft Azure is their biggest thing. Windows itself is like 13%, something like that, last I saw, of their, where they make their money. Windows and operating system stuff. And with Azure, however you want to pronounce it, I've heard it both ways. Being such a big thing and so tied into AI, pardon me, that's really where they've shifted their focus to more of their higher level, business class stuff that is all cloud-based. So the operating systems have suffered because of that. As for the end user's experience, you and me, Windows 11 is more, it requires more resources in terms of hardware, but then it also requires more resources just to operate, just to run. Buggy, is just kind of like, it's time for new operating system. Just put something together, throw it out there. People buy it because we're Microsoft. That's what people do. That really feels like how that was kind of the meeting, was put together to me. Anyway, so we all know Windows 11 is terrible. But they keep pushing like, Copilot. You need Copilot. You want Copilot on that? I think, here, how would you like a little Copilot? Oh, we see you opened Notepad. Would you like Copilot for your Notepad? That is weird, man. Look at that. It is cool, but it's weird. Anyway, there's all of that. Having to sign in to an internet account anytime you want to do anything. And all of that ties together with this cloud stuff because they want to get you on, well, it gets your data. That's it. If you use a service, ladies and gentlemen, and you are not purchasing anything, you are the product. And this is how Facebook works, is how Twitter works. You are the product. You don't have to pay to use Facebook, but people get paid because you use Facebook. So that you are the product. You are the thing that is for sale. And that's kind of how Microsoft has been approaching their customer base lately. You are not, you go buy your Windows, that's fine. But you have to have an online account. You have to have this. You have to have that. We're going to use this recall thing to, take screenshots of your desktop every 30 seconds, whatever it was. Because we are going to sell your data to these other companies or whatever, you know, so they can sell you stuff, right? And it just really kind of spiked with Windows 11. All these problems. And the new guy, I can't think of his name. That's his baby. That's his brainchild. This is what we want. This is what Microsoft is going to be about. You know, we're still in the business of making operating systems, but it's not really our thing anymore. Like if a car manufacturer said, you know, we used to make some of the greatest cars in the world, but we found out that it's more cost effective for us to put radios in them. Like the radios is where the money's at. So we're gonna put the radios in. We'll still make the cars, but it's not our focus. But the radio, that's our focus. Anyway. So Microsoft, Windows 11, not Microsoft 11, Windows 11, has in the last couple of months seen their market share is not exactly the correct term, but basically the number of computers that are using Windows 11, even though Windows 10 isn't getting security updates anymore, people are switching back to 10 from 11. I switched back to 10. I used 11 for about 3 weeks, a month maybe. I said, this sucks. I'm going back to 10. I don't care if it's not getting the security upgrades, this and that. This is terrible. I can't use it. And then I've gotten to the point where I'm thinking Linux sounds like a good idea. So haven't made the full jump yet. There's still other stuff that I need to be mindful of. Software mostly. A lot of my software is not Linux ready. And some of my hardware isn't Linux ready. My capture card, for instance, doesn't want to work. Which is odd because there's another version of the same capture card that does work, but this one does not work. So it's just something we're keeping an eye out on. I can tell you, I've used a bunch of different distros. I don't know if we've talked about this here or not. If we have, and we're rehashing, I apologize. Got a spot without potato. You know, did Ubuntu, did I think I tried Fedora. I tried a bunch. Zorin, Solus. And the one I have decided on, the one I'm going to keep around, is called Nobara. Kind of gaming focused and has some built-in, not perks, but built-in settings that, you know, make it appropriate for gaming. So there will come a time, maybe, where we start streaming from that. I don't know yet. I don't know yet. Probably make some more torches. I'm going to make sticks here in a minute. So some of this bunch of crap we just got floating around. The ones and twos of other stuff. Okay, let's get to bed. How long have we been going? We're going an hour. Not too bad. We'll go a little longer. I need to make some breakfast. Me? There. It's a start. Yeah, we'll fill all of this in. All the way down to there. It'll be wonderful. You just wait and see. So I haven't been down here to peek at this much yet, but I do want to kind of cover this. And these other holes here. Once all of this has grown up to the top, that's all we have to do. We just have to walk up and down the rows and punch it, pick it up. Take this stuff and we throw it in a furnace. That will dry it out. I mean, not that we need it. We got so much damn coal over here. But made out of bone meal. We are. Any more? I'm doing this wrong. You know how I'm doing this wrong? I'll show you how I'm doing this wrong. That. I want these tall enough that we can walk under them. If we do this, it keeps the leaves from growing down so low. And not really the best thing to use for this.
Peeps, appreciate that. That's most definitely what's up.
Thanks very much. Join something, something, something. Scared me, Cobra. Scared me. Give me a frighten. All right. That up there. This should work better. Maybe not. We'll leave it like that. See if it grows out on its own. It just keeps the bottom of the tree from growing quite so low. I mean, we can, obviously we can come out here and clean this up. Not a big deal. Yeah, I should be using the clippers for this, the shears, because we're going to want some of those leaves. Yeah, well, see, now that one just looks weird. Don't want no weird looking trees in my yard. We have our jack-o'-lanterns. Good. We have some sand. Good. We need the shears. Let's go get some shears. It'll be fun. We'll do it together as a team. One thing, highlight. Jesus Christ. Where'd my shears go? Are they in this one? Hightail. One thing Hightail has that I wish Minecraft had is it's got a sort button for chests and your inventory. So you can pick up everything, you can drop everything, and you can sort what you have. Is very nice. My inventory OCD appreciates it greatly. So if you've seen me play Minecraft before, you know this is something I like to do. I think this is a very unique... No, maybe not unique. I just think it's an interesting way to handle lighting instead of having to put torches all over or bury pumpkins. Which I think burying pumpkins is fine. You know. I just like something that's a little more interesting. And if I can use the trees themselves to light up my yard, like in that Bare Naked Lady song, that's what I'm going to do. Everything's a song if you think about it. And wah. Oops. Jesus Christ. What's wrong with me? Fell and hit my head. Like the guy in Motivational Growth. I don't even remember his name. The mold kept calling him Jack. And he had, it's not my name. Like Ethan or something like that. The mold knows, Jack. The mold knows. That was a fun movie. Had a couple of fun segments. So now when the sun goes down, our trees will provide their own light. I mean, we still have ground-based pumpkins. But this is different. We'll wait and see what this does. I do like ground-based pumpkins. Oh, there's some bad news. A couple of bad newses, I guess. I accidentally saw a clip from the Minecraft movie. You know, that Jack Black fella never worked again. It would not break my heart. They're remaking Anaconda, but it's not an Anaconda remake. It's a sequel to Anaconda, where they're going to go make Anaconda, and he's in it. And it's just, God, he's not funny. He's annoying, and I mean, just not a decent person. He's really, like, he's going on his Mike Myers arc here. He's going hard. There, see? It looks a little silly, but it's a hell of a lot easier than messing around with glowstones and all of that. I grow my own. That's right, homegrown. I hear a spider.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
Ah, see? I remembered. As I spaz out. How long are the arms on a zombie? You got a sword and they're just like slap fight with me. Zombies got long arms, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I've learned today. That's what I've learned today. Zombies got long arms. Well, let's eat an apple here. Because that sounds like something that we should probably do. See, look, dried kelp. And then you take the dried kelp and you make a block out of it, just like we did with all that coal. And then you put the dried kelp blocks in here instead of the coal. And they will burn very well. Not as good as coal, but in situations where coal is hard to come by, you know, like we don't have now, it is much better. It's much better. All right, let's I think it's time to start on a basement. Should be good. That should be good. Oh, we're gonna want some stairs. No, I like that. That. May need to go one more. We may need to go one more. Go up just fine. We cannot go down just fine. So yeah. There's more coal right under that step. There we go. Oh, before I forget, I've forgotten this whole stream, and I didn't intend to, so I apologize. I don't have a way currently to set up alerts on Kick when somebody follows, because they don't show up in my feed in any kind of place I can grab them. So before we go, I'm gonna go over and manually, because apparently I've got people follow me on Kick. Are they real people or are they bots? I don't know. Hard to tell on Kick sometimes. But I haven't been ignoring you. I just didn't know you were there. You know what I mean? It's not, well, I was going to say it's not ignoring, it's ignorance, but it's kind of the same thing. The way Stream Elements is set up, Twitch and YouTube are both, I can see both of those at the same time. And I have to, like, change my login to go look at my Kick stuff, so. Before we leave, I'll go and we'll see what it has to say. Because I was looking at some stuff the other day on Twitch. Because he got some new emote spots. So I went over to look at Kick and see if there's anything like that. And Kick has some stuff, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it. And I think at the time I had 6 or 7 people. Which I know is not a lot, you know, in the grand scheme of things, but we only do this like twice a week for a couple hours a week, and people show up, and that's, you know, it's appreciated. We're gonna need another shovel, at least one more. And I hate to waste iron making shovels, you know. I'll use iron for swords, pickaxes, but I won't, you know. I don't think iron for a shovel is a very good idea. Or sticks. I just feel like good. I feel like because shovels and axes really aren't, I don't know. It just doesn't take a long time to go through one. You know what I mean? Even if it's diamond or whatever. So I would rather just keep using cobblestone and just make more of them because it's easier to get the materials. Hi, Jay. Yeah, like I would rather have you know, 3 or 4 stone shovels than 1 diamond shovel, because that seems like a waste of diamond. And wood is basically infinite. I know everything's infinite in Minecraft because the world never ends, but you can grow all the wood you want, and stone's real easy to find, and if you make a cobblestone generator, you're set. You have infinite stone tools with very little effort. We weren't going to keep going. We were going to stop, and now I'm distracted with this project, so we'll keep doing this. Decide what we want to do for floors and whatever. This might be a 3 shovel job. Might even be a 4 shovel job. Right, just so hard as it is to get to diamond sometimes. And you get so little of it when you do get it. Like, oh, great, I can finally... This thing that could be half a pair of shoes, I'll make a shovel out of. And making anything out of gold is worthless. A pickaxe I can understand. You need the pickaxe to mine the harder stuff. And a sword makes sense because, you know, combat. Armor kind of makes sense, but I would do armor last. Iron armor is really good. And it's much easier to come by. That didn't take near as long as I was expecting it to. We still need to do 1 more every direction so we can get our walls situated, but... So close. Somebody is not having a good time outside. Is it you, friend? Let's go see our friend. Friend, where'd you go? Hey. I'm holding the shield button, you put a shield down. Ow. Run away. Really got to figure out why you guys keep spawning over here and make you stop. Because I don't like it. Come on. We're going to do this. We're going to do it appropriate. Waste not, want not, as they say. Jesus Christ, did he even do anything? Why wasn't that one aggressive until I hit it? The other one was aggressive in the daytime. Maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know. It's too much to ask for a little consistency here. Used to do this kind of stuff just all the time. This is all I did with Minecraft. I didn't do any adventuring. I didn't do any real, like, exploration. I just built stuff. I was probably like, I'm going to build a thing here. I don't care. I don't care how much work it's going to be. I'm going to terraform the whole damn place if I have to. And I would chop down entire mountains. Just for no reason. It was a way to kill time. Back when I had lots of time to kill. And now I don't. I have lots of time to kill, I mean. But I still find myself doing it sometimes. All right. That's a start. Well, it's a continuation, I guess, to be more accurate. I need to clean this up. This is not exactly pretty, I guess. Pleasurable. I don't know. Something. Words. Okay. Yeah, you know how cool it would be? This would be so much work, though. I'd have to find some sponge. I don't know if they've put sponge back in the game officially yet. What if we just built a tunnel? An underwater tunnel. Then went down and into the cave somewhere. That would be really cool. Oh, God. I'll consider it. I will consider it. But for now, I just want to fill in. Oh, it's on my dirt. I just want to fill in some of that. So it's a little less, you know, precarious. Good thing we picked up that bow. Really good thing. All right. That's... I want to look at something. It means we got to go back up over the mountain. It'll be fine. Can you imagine just hopping up a mountain like that? My ankles hurt just thinking about it. Yeah, I know it's available in creative, but I don't know if it's been brought back into game yet. I don't think it has. I don't know, because I don't really pay attention to that stuff, but I also have never, like, if I'm going to do something that I need sponge for, I just cheat. I just go to creative and get it. Sure is handy, though. All right, we're going to take that. We're going to take it back home. We're going to look at it. We're going to consider the calcite. You know, while we're here, down very quick? Okay, that's fine. Hi, Neo. How are you? I started a little late, and we ran a little long. Well, we can make some bone meal out of that. Glad you made it, though, all the same. What absolutely don't I need right now? All of that. Okay. What if we put calcite? Okay, can't do anything with calcite. Can we cook it? Cannot cook it. $3 a.m. Why are you awake at 3 a.m.? Stop that. It's not something that you should be doing. Nothing, huh? Calcite is just calcite. Well, now we know. I was thinking maybe we could like make polished calcite or something and use that for the walls down there. Oh, yeah. Oh, I've been there. I've been there. Glad I'm not there anymore. I don't. Once in a while is fine, but I can't do that long term. Which sports ball are we talking about? Football today? There might be football today. I thought football was... No, football is today. Basketball was yesterday. Football. The football. Not to be confused with... Yeah. Not to be confused with football, but football. Basketball was yesterday. There was a bunch of basketball yesterday. I think. Now that I've said that, it was probably the day before. I don't pay attention to football. NFL football much. Does not terribly interest me. I haven't cared about basketball much the last few years either. Waiting for LeBron James to get hit by a tree or something. It's very nice to see so many organizations. Well, not organizations. So many things tied to the NFL. Or, well, NBA is the word I meant to say. Like, LeBron's not going to the All-Star game unless a coach picks him or Adam Silver comes in to save the day and put him in. But it's so nice. It's so nice to see just things happening to him he can't control. Really don't like that guy. Hot take, right? Jason doesn't like something. Oh no. Never saw that coming. Well, since we can't use calcite, and I don't want to use cobblestone, because cobblestone gets to be a lot. In fact, we should probably get some sheep and pen them up so we can get some wool and we can make some carpet. What do you think we should do for floor and walls down here, everybody? You got any thoughts? And please don't say like, ah, obsidian. You know, let's keep it realistic. We do have an economy we have to maintain here. Emerald blocks probably not an option either. But I'm open to suggestions. Just make him good. That's all. Just make him, don't be stupid. You should make the floor out of lava, and then you can play the floor is lava every time. Funny, but no. It'll burn up my chests, and that's the whole reason for this stupid basement. Oh, you know, I hadn't thought of that. I forget sometimes that copper exists. Because I don't use it for anything. We see it, I'm like, I copper, and then I immediately forget it's there. Yeah, we could try. Let's go get some. Where was there some? There's some over here somewhere. Look, I remembered the cough button that time. I know, excuse me. I know I've used diorite before. And I like it because it's light and it, you know, makes the space look lit up and bigger. Never done copper. Let's try copper. And if copper's a flop, yeah, if copper is a flop, we'll mix and match. Maybe we'll, oh, we could do like a checkerboard. What if we did like a checkerboard? Like an old diner, you know? Our only limits are our imagination. And since I'm driving this boat, that's not very good for us. Doug or Rugrats, I am not. There's some down there. I knew there's some more over here somewhere. We almost did that for the stream this week. I kind of wanted to, but I don't know. I think we'll just go back to Minecraft. Minecraft's kind of tradition around here. When I have nothing else to do, we just play Minecraft for hours at a time. I'm sure we'll stream Hytale again in the future, though. Maybe we'll do it tonight. Or not tonight. Tomorrow night. Because I think we've only got 5 or 10 minutes left of Void Pyramid before we need to swap over to Typing of the Dead. So if we finish, we might play Hytale for the end of the first half of the stream. Those are the words I wanted to say. For the end of the first, second, third of the half of the 3/7 a cup of water. I don't know. How the hell do I get out of here? Oh, there's probably copper in here. Did we see copper in here? This is not where we were earlier. Never mind. There's some. Entering a Ninja Gaiden stage for some reason. down the mountain. Alright, that's enough copper, I think. We got a full stack. Oh no! Yep. Yep. Aha! I win. That ain't worth going for that. It's a horse. It's a horse named Horse. It's a book, I think. It's a book. Book or a movie called A Horse Named Horse. Okay. Cook that up. We'll see what we get. While that's cooking, we'll go put some dirt down. I want to make this a little wider. Didn't think that was going to be quite deep enough to hurt, but it hurt a little bit. That's okay. That's a little better. There's less chance we fall in a hole, at least. Not much less, but less. Okay. A block of copper. And we make trapdoors, copper bulbs, a waxed block of copper, cut copper. I have a thought, which is a horrible, horrible thing. We might be able to use this calcite yet. But it's going to be more materials when all is said and done. But I have a thought. Let's come downstairs. We need to take off one level of floor. This is where the new floor is going to go. Oh, you know, it'd be cool for a floor. This would be so much work. Excuse me. Didn't get to the button in time. What if we dug the whole thing up and went like 5 deep? And then we filled it with water. And then we put some like kelp and other plants down there, right? And we put glass on top of it. We had a glass aquarium floor. A total Bond villain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it would take, as much as we do this, it would take 6 months. It would take so long. And we wouldn't really have much time to do anything else. It would just be constantly going, like, there's water around here somewhere. We could dig down until we find water and try and get water to fill in some of it naturally, but that wouldn't last. We'd have to get buckets after bucket after bucket. We'd have a whole inventory full of buckets. Oh man, it takes so long. And then we've got to do that underwater tunnel thing. I got to stop getting ideas. More ideas I get, the never, you know, we'll never leave. Suffer from project bloat. And then I'll get sued for going over budget by the Trump administration. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Would have imagined that renovating a building that's nearly 100 years old might not go as smoothly as you planned. Who would ever have thought? Game needs wallpaper. That would save a lot of time. Okay. So I'll grab this while we're at it. Bone, you have had an awful lot to say today. I don't appreciate it. Let's get some of these things, because I play in the BD craft thing so often. I didn't know that's what a campfire looked like in vanilla. Okay, so we'll come over here in the corner, test this out. So if we just do straight copper, you get that kind of thing. And that ain't bad. I wish I could make slabs out of this. That would be so handy. I like the noise it makes. Then I said, what if we alternate? Like that. Oh, it should. Yeah, it should patina a little bit. This means we need half as much. And I kind of like that. I think I like the checkerboard thing, but let's see if we can get some more. Because we could do it, and then if we don't like the checkerboard thing, it's real easy to, you know, swap it out for one thing or the other. This is going to take a lot of copper. And then if I got real involved with it, I could probably... How would we do a herringbone in Minecraft? It's got to be possible. But I think that'd be too much. Herringbone can get kind of busy. So it sounds like we're on board with this idea. Doing it this way. This is another thing that, you know, if I had sheep, we could just do this out of wool. And then we could do whatever colors we wanted. It's like it's raining again. That was kind of weird. We will need more calcite. Stack was not enough. And we'll need a lot more copper. So if we do that, do we still want to try diorite? Diorite for the walls? Had some. No. Do we want to leave it plain? We want to make it polished? Diorite was your idea, Jay. You tell me. While I refill my coffee. That's a damn fine cup of coffee. Polished. I was hoping you'd say polished. There we go. Oh, there's a way to do that. I think that's just fine. I mean, I know we don't really have to have this here, but that's how I would do it if it were me, so. Okay. We just need all the copper ever. We need all the calcite. But that's easy, because that's right on top of the mountain. And one stack was just about enough to do half. So we'll get 2 more stacks. That'll be plenty. And then all the diorite we come across we'll mine. I think that'll be pretty nice. I think that'll be pretty nice. Have any more fence? Does not look like I do. We need some fence and a gate. Okay. This way. I have no wheat. Need some wheat. Need some wheat, and we need that sheep. God damn it. Hey, buddy. Jerk. Standing in my tree. Alright, where do we want to put this? Put it here. Where's my mouse? There it is. We were talking about Linux distros a little earlier. Because I'm an old man. One thing I learned that a lot of them do that I really appreciate is if you can't find your mouse cursor and you just wiggle it around really fast, it enlarges the cursor. Did it on accident the first time. Like, what the hell happened? No, this is not what I want. And then it went away on its own. Oh, I figured it out. This is so cool. That's brilliant. I love it. This is not what I need right now. Jesus Christ, everybody. Looked like he was working out. All right. I need a sheep. For reasons. My God. Damn it. Come here. Even better. Now we got two. Me inside. Our classic crunchy baked potato. It's raw. You know, it probably wouldn't hurt to get a bow. We have a bow there, but it needs repaired. And to repair that bow, I think we have to make another bow to repair the bow with. I believe that's how that works with bows. So we're not going to do that, because that would be dumb. Put all our food in that bundle. That sounds like a fine idea. A bow, make a fishing rod. Perfect. So we're probably... I mean, we keep running into... There's creepers all over the place out here. I don't know if you guys have noticed. There's a lot of them. We need a cat. What we need. We need a cat. We're going to have to catch some fish. But I think we'll worry about that next time, because it's been 2 hours, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't planning on streaming for 2 hours this morning, but lo and behold, we did. Which, you know, I ain't mad about. We got stuff accomplished. Hold on. Concerned that my hat may have broken in all the explosions. It did not. I think that's going to be fine. I think that's going to be pretty good. We'll change the stairs, because those are going to look like crap. But we'll do something else with the stairs. Beautiful. Okay. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out. I'm going to save and quit. And I did say I would go look at our Stream Elements stuff. Get everybody accounted for here. Activity feed. Let's see. Yeah, I guess we can just do it.
And it's like, people need to get a life, dude. You know what I'm saying?
That's supposed to be green. Why is that not green? Well, thanks, Liam Walty.
And it's like, people need to get a life, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks, Snicker.
Oh, you know, it's just a basic multimedia package. Nothing special.
That one's green. Thanks, Official Gambling Academy. It's very official, I'm sure. And the one from earlier, join Rothschild's Discord. We're not going to replay that one. And probably don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. Don't join Rothschild Discord. I don't know nothing about it, and I don't want, you know, I don't want to be responsible. Okay, that one. So, yeah, it's one of these. Where's my variations? That one? I think it's that one. No, it's not that one. Not either of those. How am I getting that variation? It's not even in the list. Weird. Oh, well, I'll work on it. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thanks, everybody who followed, etc., etc. We'll